The last topic we're going to cover here is actually, normally wouldn't fall under the problem solving category, but we included a lot of problems like this because we thought it would be good to do. This is a topic that trips up a lot of 4th and 5th graders just in calculations. And so we thought it would be good to do them. And in particular, we gave them a lot of the tricky problems, the problems that do create issues for solving order of operations. And the main issue is most of the students learn this acronym called Pemdas or something of this nature, where you do parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication, then division, then addition, then subtraction. And the problem with that is that really doesn't hold up to solve all the problems, because there are situations like this where you could have, in multiplication, where you could have 12 divided by 4 times 3. And by PEMDAS, it would imply that you need to do multiplication first, and so you'd have 12 divided by 12, which equals 1. But that's not the actual correct answer, because in reality, the M and the D go together. When you do PEMDAS, multiplication and division actually happen at the same time, moving from left to right. So if you get to a division sign before a multiplication sign, the division sign has to come first. So 12 divided by 4 has to happen first. Then you can do times 3 to get 9. And so that's why we did these problems. It's just because it's easy to write a really difficult order of operation problem if the student doesn't fully understand it. The same thing is true for addition, subtraction. And then the students do need to understand that parentheses and exponents are something that you essentially work inside and out. So you always start with parentheses and exponents. Then you start multiplication, division, working left to right, and then addition, subtraction, working left to right. So to solve a few problems, in this problem, start with parentheses, and I'm going to be very detailed on how I write out these answers. The parentheses has 5 minus 3, so that's going to change to 2. There are no more parentheses, no exponents, so we can move on to multiplication and division. So the only multiplication happens at 12 plus 4 to get you 4. And then finally you add things together, work from left to right, so it's going to be 16 plus 6, which finally equals 22. So the correct answer is 22. A very common mistake is while doing these parentheses to actually add the 12 and the 2 together and end up with 14 times 2. So if your student got this problem wrong and they got 34 as the answer, then that was what they did. Okay, for 23, well, you do parentheses first, so we've got to deal with this first. So we're going to do 18 divided by 2 times 3 minus 4. And then this is going to be 10 minus 3 is 7 plus 4. Like I said, I'm going to do this in every single detailed step. Some of the students might be able to go through and do some of these in their head. And then 7 plus 4 is 11. And now you can go through and do multiplication, division, working left to right. So we start with 18 divided by 2. And we get 9 times 3 minus 4 times 11. The next one is going to be 9 times 3, which gives me 27 minus 4 times 11. And I notice here a mistake on my part. The students, probably most of them, don't know how to deal with negative numbers. So at this point, when they do 27 minus 44, the answer is negative 17. And so they might have struggled to get that answer, and I apologize for having that problem on there. The last one, you always do parentheses and exponents first, so we need to start by doing 2 to the third, which is 8. Then we just move from left to right, which 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 times 8 is 128. So the answer on that one is 128. So that is the last one. Again, I hope you guys learned a lot this summer. I hope these problems give you kind of something you can walk away with knowing for sure you've learned how to solve all those 8 types of problems. But I know, and Mrs. Hillman knows, that you learned how to solve way more problems than that. And most importantly, that you learned how to approach problems that you've never seen before and at least get started down the road to a solution.